Hello everyone, MetahumanModeler has recently been updated and comes to the Pro version. This update is mainly to improve the user experience. The plugin interface has been reconstructed to make the installation more convenient. It also adds vertex drag and drop sculpting similar to MetaHuman character. Then it also supports region-by-region translation, rotation, and scaling of facial features. Finally, it also supports hand carving in Blender. Let's get into the tutorial below. First, prepare a frontal close-up picture of a person's face. These are some pictures I used AI to generate using this prompt word. You can take a look at its English prompt word version. This is what I generated using Alibaba's Z image. Choose one. Use the pictures you think are good for the subsequent process. Let S choose this one. Save this photo. Next we return to Blender. Install plugin. Come to Add-ons to choose. Install from disk. I have downloaded this plugin in advance. Copy the path. Just use this Pro compile version. If you are interested in the plugin source code implementation, you can download the source code version. It is worth mentioning here that you can install the plugin directly without installing any additional third-party libraries. Good news for artists. Therefore, the user installation experience is greatly improved. I am using Blender version 5.0 here. Save it after installation. At this time, press N, and our plugin button will appear in the sidebar. This time the plugin has undergone a major refactoring, so the interface has undergone major changes from before. First we set the input image path. We found the image we just downloaded. Select it. Then this FOV is the FOV of the camera. This regularity is the regularity coefficient used by the algorithm model when fitting faces. Just use the default one. You can adjust this regular coefficient more. It will produce different face fitting effects. Just use the default FOV. I used default parameters here. Then select Import and Auto Align. At this time, the plugin will help us automatically align the head model to the picture. We come to wireframe mode. Unpivot. The transparency of this wireframe can be adjusted. If you are not satisfied with the color of this wireframe, change to a color that suits you. I just think the blue is a little more eye-catching here, so I set it to blue. Everyone can adjust it according to their own preferences. After adjusting the blue color, now let's start talking about how to use plugins. To make the face model and picture fit better, we hide our eyeballs and teeth. The main thing is to operate on this face first. Let S pull it to the left. Drag out a new viewport. The picture on our left is used to observe the effect. We operate in the right window. Here the focal length is written as 200. First, let's modify the mandible. We enter Move Mode. Click. At this time, we click anywhere on the facial model. Click with the left mouse button. That's it. See the coordinates of red, green, and blue. When axis is right, it means you can drag along that axis. This model is composed of several areas, mainly the facial features, neck, and back of the head. These can be dragged. So let S drag the frontal bone here first. When we want to drag along a certain axis, just close to it, this axis will be highlighted. Well, now we found that this side is aligned, similar to what we came here. Okay, this side is also aligned. If you accidentally steal the perspective while dragging, press 0 to switch back. If you press 0 and nothing, you have to come here first and right-click the mouse. Exit current mode. Then we enter Move Mode. I found that the chin doesn't fit well here. Let S also move the chin up a little bit. That's fine. Similarly, let's adjust the position of the eyes. Press the right mouse button to exit this mode. In fact, we can also operate on the left side. The operation on the right can provide a more three-dimensional observation. Let me first talk about the logic of our operation. Just drag the larger shape first. Give first the rough outline of our facial features. The proportions are close to the picture. Then adjust the details at the end. After finishing the adjustment here, in fact, we can similarly demonstrate the functions in other places. We can rotate each area. If you feel that things have not improved just now and you want to return to the original state, just press Ctrl Z. Similarly, our nose can also rotate, because we on T have a side view of it. So you have to rely on your own imagination to move the sides. The position of the mouth on the side may not be appropriate here. Scale is similar. We can scale each place. Press the right mouse button to exit this mode. We may need to move our mouth back. Then this chin. You can also move it. Then, depends on our needs for the brow bone. Because she is an Asian, we can also move the brow bone back slightly. Move your entire eyeball back as well. In fact, the eyeball's in view so that this one is backwards. After this move is completed, we next exit the Rigid Body Transformation mode. The Rigid Body Transformation here is only used to adjust the size and proportion of the facial features. Next, start adjusting some details. Next we enter Detail Sculpting mode. This Detail Sculpting pattern. Let's press Ctrl Z to restore it. It is somewhat similar to the sculpting mode of the MetaHuman character. These white anchor points. It is equivalent to a fixed anchor point. No matter how you wrap the vertex to form, the anchor point position is fixed. Strength represents the strength of the anchor point fixation. If you want these anchor points to move accordingly, just reduce the intensity a little bit. Yeah. Let's demonstrate it to explain what we just explained. For example, we want to make this eyelid a little thinner. We can. Adjust it like this. We will find that actually these two white dots are not moving. Right. If we press Ctrl and click to select this white point. Just press Ctrl. Ctrl plus click to select this point and it will no longer be there. Let's postpone it at this time. You will find that it can be moved here. Ctrl Z to restore. Let's add Ctrl and left mouse button here. We undo one and move here. Then we adjust the strength of double eyelids. Good. Okay, this time let's adjust the double eyelids here. Let S adjust the nose too. Exit this mode and continue to the left. So when you adjust it like this, you feel like you are not moving in the direction you adjusted it. We need to select first. Zoom in a little closer, select the white point, and make sure it is completely aligned. Then just drag it again. Similarly, let S drag this side. At this time we found the changes on the upper lip are not very good. Ctrl Z to restore. I may want to cancel this point. Hold the ear here and use Ctrl and the left mouse button to create an anchor point. Ctrl plus left mouse button. You can also cancel this point. It is not recommended to add too much, because if you add too much, drag our vertices will cause no deformation problem. It will give rise to the feeling of being unable to drag, so you need to add anchor points appropriately. Adjust the neck here as well. Let us finally adjust the eyes here. We might need to put some eyes on here. Zoom in some along the y-axis. Similar to adjusting the left eye. Exit this mode and move it up a little bit. After we finish it here, let's explain this button again. This button is to reset the Detail Deform effect. We can click and try it. It becomes only the superposition of rigid body transformations in each area. An effect formed. Let S Ctrl Z to restore the previous shape. Then this time we pass. This is where Patch Tools comes to perform operations. Then at this time we can enter a manual engraving mode. The Manual Sculpting Mode is the same as the sculpting mode that comes with Blender. We can hand carve the areas that were not done well before. For example, here we can simply smooth it. I am not a professional modeler, so I may not have a very good grasp of this similarity. Here we can adjust the nose. We can choose that. Choose this elastic grab. We use Symmetry mode. Push your nose toward the middle. Pull the tip of your nose outward. Then, this eyebrow is a bit protruding. This brow way. We can exit this engraving mode in a moment. We can choose Detail Deform. We can drag this brow here. OK. Return to engraving mode. At this time, you can enter the engraving mode. You can modify your own model at will. I think it's a little bulging here. We can take a look in this mode. Can you drag it inside? We can only bring it outside a little bit. In this place, let me exit this mode first, and I will change to a mode with better lighting. Here we can manually engrave the mode. Smooth it out. I feel like the ears on both sides are a little further out. Maybe the overall needs are still there. Pull it tighter. Yeah, to fit in with the picture. Won't modify it. But overall, I think something can be changed here. Then, exit this mode. At this time, if we feel that the effect of our engraving is not what we want, we can click this delete button to recharge the engraving effect. Then it will change back. Let S restore it again. And then comes our final step. Let S show the eyeball teeth. GZ move it a little bit. Then GY. As for the eyeball, we can move it GY. Everyone can. Adjust it according to your own effect. Then, after adjusting, we need to put the eyeball in this position. Freeze position transformation. Apply location, then press the eyeball to apply location. And the same goes for teeth. Apply location. We don't need to move the face mesh. Then you can proceed to the final step of baking the texture. Click to bake. We can take a look. Let's take a look at the comparison with previous pictures. Hide the grid. Let S open this picture. Finally, we can come to UV editing. We can simply fix this texture. Here. This smear. Paint this black part. Turn up the intensity. Put teeth. Make the teeth smaller. Move it further inside. GY. I still have to put this on, it feels a little wrong. I won't explain too much about retouching pictures, because this map is actually a color map. It has light, so we're going to do some trimming here on the nose. I feel like my nose is not done properly. We'll probably finish it here. Then save this picture. Let S just save this image texture, and then we'll also save these grids. Select Export, then BG. Enter face. Selection is only. We don't need to export the material. Then select. Export. Similar to us. Take out the teeth too. After the export is complete, we can import what we exported before. Check if the effect is correct. Let us import this face in. Found that they fit almost perfectly. It means there is no problem. Let's take a look at the textures we exported before. This is the texture we modified in Blender. This is a plugin that directly generates textures. In fact, these two color maps are not quite right. It stands to reason that they need to remove highlights and shadows. Turn it into a matte map. You can try to give it to Banana Pro. It's Google's very popular graph model. Then give it instructions to convert it into a matte map. It can still generate a relatively good matte map. Because I can use that model now, so I won't demonstrate it to you. Next we open an empty UE Engine Engineering. Here I am using UE 5.7. You need to make sure you have. These plugins for Metahuman have been turned on. Then we create a new one. Files of type Metahuman character. Then import the models and textures you just generated. Import the texture first. Then import this head model. Save it and open this demo. Select Skin mode here. Head selection conform. Import from template. Select face here. Let us take a look at the effect. OK. In fact, the engine has automatically matched the positions of our eyes and teeth for us. So we cannot import the eyeball and tooth models. Then we come to Materials. Select this here. This is it. The effect we generated. You can change the color of the skin. Make it wider. Can put eyes. Change the color. Then choose eyelashes for him. Then choose a hair. Let's take a look at what he originally looked like. Let me explain to you first. Because I am not a model maker, am not very good at making this kind of similarity adjustment. So if two people don't look alike, please forgive me. The tool is quite easy to use. Very likely. I need to change this hairstyle. Try changing this hairstyle. For now, let's adjust to this level. Then create a binding to see the effect. Maybe the nose here is a little bit different. You can go back to Blender and do it. Carving or something. Let's create a binding and try it out. You can also see from the ears that there are some problems with the texture. These are the places where users need to modify the textures later. I mainly show the content of the process here. Tell everyone. How do you use the tools and import the engine and set it up? The stickers need to be modified by you later. This way we are done. You can take a look. Play the effect. This should be a problem with the graphics. I think the eyes are handled fairly well. We can take a look at the topology mode, and here it seems. Aaron Carr, this might be. There is something wrong with Metahuman's binding. Today's tutorial mainly shows the usage of MetahumanModeler, so I'm going to implement a solution that doesn't explain the problem here. I will tell you how to deal with this problem later. I hope this will be the end of the journey today. Thank you everyone for watching.